Conventional wisdom is South Florida Cuban Americans tend to vote Republican. Longtime Miami politicians and political operatives will tell you that it all has to do with President John F. Kennedy's leadership failures during the Bay of Pigs invasion.
But is that really true? CBS News Miami's Hank Tester has the story about Kennedy, Cubans, and another popular Republican president who had widespread appeal among Cuban American voters.
A balmy 80-degree December 29th, 1962. Miami's Orange Bowl. President John F. Kennedy and wife Jackie welcoming home 1,100 members of the 2506 Brigade, who the Kennedy administration recently had ransomed out of Fidel Castro's jails in the wake of the failure of the Bay of Pigs operation.
I bring you my nation's respect for your courage and for your cause.
The botched Bay of Pigs invasion and the Cuban Missile Crisis, ending with a U.S. pledge to not invade Cuba, backgrounded the huge Orange Bowl event. Rafael Montalvo, a member of the Brigade, was at the Orange Bowl.
And him being there was a sign of respect for us, and we really appreciated that. Jackie addressing us and telling us these are the bravest men in the world. You know, we all almost started crying. But yet, when he marched in front of me, I couldn't salute. There was something in me that would not let me. I had no bitterness. I had no hate. I was really appreciative, but I couldn't salute it because I had no respect for him.
Which leads us to a long-held belief that old guard Cubans never really forgave the Democratic Kennedy. And as they gained citizenship and the right to vote, they joined the Republican Party. Well, maybe.
The truth is that up to 1979, a plurality of Cuban Americans, and there weren't many yet registered to vote, but 47% were Democrats, and only about a third, 33, 34, were Republicans.
Veteran pollster, political operative, FIU professor Dario Moreno.
One of the explanations for the failure of the Bay of Pigs, there were many, was that Kennedy withdrew the air cover, and of course they ended up all getting captured. Many were killed.
As Cubans gained citizenship, realizing they were not returning to Cuba, a new face burst on the scene.
Thank you all.
I mean, he came here, he treated us with respect, he recognized us. And he espoused all the conservative values that we believed in.
Ronald Reagan was the first presidential candidate to campaign among Cuban Americans in a very organized and proactive way.
Reagan's 1983 visit to the Esquina Tejas had a huge impact. Still legendary lore among the Cuban community. And then there's the flag. The Kennedy promise never fulfilled. The Brigade flag presented to Kennedy.
And when he told us there that he was going to return this flag to us in Cuba, the message that we got is that the fight had not ended and that we would go and fight in Cuba.
The flag now hangs in the Bay of Pigs Museum in Little Havana. The Castro regime is still in power. A Pew survey in 2020, nationwide, 58% of Cuban registered voters say they affiliate or lean towards the Republican Party. 60 years later, bring up the name Kennedy to many Cubans in Miami, and the word from them is often betrayal. The failed Bay of Pigs invasion and Kennedy's decision still promotes heated discussions about Kennedy's standing in the Cuban community. I'm Hank Tester, CBS News, Miami.